Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Theatre Eclectic's production of Life's Ups and Downs, an evening of one-act plays. My name is Phil Levy, and I'm the instructor for the acting class at Adult Ed, Santa Barbara City College School of Extended Learning. I'm also the production supervisor for these 10 shows. These 10 plays were mostly written by the students. And they were directed by the students, produced by them. We have a few housekeeping items that I'll go into, but just one note. Some of the plays have some curse words in them, and some might be considered controversial, but the whole point of theater is to show the world as it is, and then to give you things to think about and let you discuss after you've seen the shows. The running time for the play, for the show tonight, is about 2.5 hours, but that gives everyone a chance to have their work displayed, whether it's acting, writing, or directing. We will have a 10-minute intermission, and one of the actors, Elias, has provided some refreshments that'll be in the back during intermission. Let's see, just a couple of other things. Photos are okay, but no flash photography or video. We do have 3 folks that are stepping in to help out tonight. They came into the process late to help out, and some students couldn't continue on with their roles. Rudy Lopez, Sarah Van Lant, and Lynn Harrell. And so you might see them carry a script. There is one show that is a staged reading, so all those actors will have a script. But one of the tenets of this class is people working together, helping each other out, and having a sense of community. So you'll see that tonight with some of the actors stepping in to help out. The filming that we're doing is for educational purposes, so your friend or relative will have access to a video after the run is finished, and they will be able to supply you with a link to see the video. The first show is called The Vase, and it's by Lisa Marciano. And the actors came up with a tag for each show. So this is the tag for The Vase. The Texas family tours a castle, breaks a vase, and encounters a king. Enjoy.
Visit another castle? They're all the same. Dungeons, death, destruction.
It's a castle. Can you go to a castle in America? It's history, for freak's sake.
Can we please just get off this tour and go somewhere else? And what did you just say?
Nice parenting.
It's a castle. It's amazing. Besides, all kids are supposed to like castles.
Well, she's not exactly a kid anymore. Does this face look happy to you?
We're in Europe.
You don't have to
Hang on before you say something you might regret.
Imagine King, what's his name, sitting here with his beautiful queen. The table is all covered in delicacies and wine, and they gossip about the party attendees. Meredith lost her figure, and Lord John's lost his jousting match.
Who cares?
Who cares? You are standing in the same spot as a king. A king! We don't have kings.
If he were so great, he'd still be living here. And there wouldn't be tourists walking around in his house.
That's not true. Kings don't need as much space as they get older, so they move to smaller castles, I think.
I think that's enough, tour guide. And why did our tour guide stay on the bus anyway?
He was acting kind of strange, weren't he?
Yeah, he was, come to think of it. Come on, we're leaving.
Do you see this crest?
Come on!
Do you know what a crest is?
I said we're leaving.
Can I say I know what a crest is, even though I don't?
It's a symbol of a family line. They'd wear it in battle, on their flags, the horse's saddle, everywhere, so their opponents knew who they were fighting.
Like a gang sign.
What did you just do? Is that broken? Give me that vase. It looks like it's cracked, and there's a piece missing too. Go to the bus and tell the tour guide what just happened.
No, we can't tell him.
It's cracked. It's damaged.
I can fix it.
With what? Your chewing gum? Go find that piece.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What was that?
What was what?
There it is again.
Maybe it's a ghost.
Be quiet. You've done enough for one day.
Could be a ghost. Castles have ghosts.
It was just a shadow.
Would it be kind of cool to see a ghost? Hello, I am the ghost of King. What's his name? Bow down to your king.
That's not funny. Stop it.
To the gallows of you.
Okay. Ghost of Christmas past. Find that piece now before we are hung from the rafters.
I don't know where it went.
Well, find it. What was that?
You didn't see anything.
I saw it too.
Well, I didn't see anything.
Come on, we're leaving. Forget that piece.
We can't just leave. We are the only ones on this tour. They'll know exactly who broke that vase. It must be worth a fortune.
I don't care if it
Well,
is.
you should care. We spent a fortune on this trip.
Well, that was your idea. I would
There's
never
a
spend that much
king.
money.
What? Where? Oh, he must be part of the tour. Cute. See, I knew coming to this castle was a good idea.
Do not speak if not spoken to.
Oh.
Excuse me? You can't talk to us that way.
I shall speak as it pleases me.
Can we go now?
No, you may not leave. You have invaded my castle and broken my priceless vase. It's been in my family for 1,000 years. You deserve to die. You should be shot in the courtyard at dawn.
Oh, no, you don't. Get behind me.
Oh, stop it. This is just for show. He does look like a king, though, right?
Looks like. Oh, God, these, all of you.
I hope you don't mind. I have tendonitis in my knee or tennis injury.
Oh, please.
Do it. Just do it. This is part of the act, right?
Excuse me. Do you have any bathrooms in this castle? I really gotta go.
We have 59.
I just need one.
What? I have caught you thieves.
Thieves?
What a pity that you have ruined my vase upon your exit.
We're not thieves. These are my parents, and I go to school.
We're thieves. That's a good one. I'm starting to like this show.
It is part of the show.
I am the king of this castle. And be quiet.
Be quiet.
Yes, be quiet.
That is not very king-like of you. You ain't no king.
Not a king. Not a king, say you.
Oh, no. You're a king, all right.
A powerful king.
It was you who did this. I eyed you from the window.
It was an accident. There's only just one piece missing. I'm sure you can glue it back together. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
I care not who is sorry. Now, before you all die, what is the name of your clan? What is your crest?
Don, are you sure he's a king? Are you sure we're not in the wrong castle? Are you sure he's not a ghost?
I don't know for sure, but he looks like a king.
We are the mighty Smith clan from the great state of Texas.
I have heard of this Smith clan, but not the great state of Texas. What is a great state of Texas?
The territory, land of.
Gotta get us out of here.
And how do you suggest I do that?
I don't know. I'm starting to get scared. Maybe we can just make a run for it.
We don't know who we're dealing with here. This could be some lunatic who snuck into the castle. And he's got a sword, and it looks real.
He must be insane, pointing a sword at our family. If he is a ghost, he is very convincing. If not, he must be a fake. At the base, we have to find out if it's authentic. If it is, we are in serious trouble.
We are in serious trouble now.
I found it. The missing piece. It has something written on it.
What does it say? Hurry.
We gotta get out of here.
It says K-I-R-K. Is that a person?
I don't know.
Is that the king's name?
Silence! I am mulling the consequences of their thieving and destructive ways.
Kirk, is there anything else?
It might be the name of the partisan who made it. It is real, and he is going to kill us.
Is there anything else written there?
It's kind of hard to read. There's Kirk, a space, an A-N-D.
Maybe there were two people who made it. Kirk and...
What difference does it make? We need to escape, and we need to go now.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to distract him, and then you two can escape.
Stop. Stop it already.
How dare you approach your king?
My lord, I must inform you that I am quite convinced that you are not my king.
Bah!
Oh, whoever you are not a king at all.
No silence, I say.
Be quiet for once.
Really? You, sir, are an actor.
Mom!
How do you know?
Because his priceless family heirloom vase is a fake just like he is.
Now you shall die for such lies.
The vase is a fake?
Kirk and...
Kirk and what?
That is a Kirk Land vase.
From Costco? You gotta be kidding me.
Castle decorations by Costco.
Well, the tourists, they are so reckless, we have to buy in bulk.
Parsons, you're from Texas.
The king is a fake. Hasta la vista, baby.
Costco!
We want our money back.
We have to get back to the bus. We have 2 more castles to see today.
No more castles.
No more castles.
A generation that ignores history has no future.
History is a fake. I want to tour Costco, England.
At least we get our money's worth.
We are in Europe. We are going to Costco over my dead body.
No, that can be arranged.
Oh, you are a terrible actor. Come on.
Just another day at the office.
That was awesome. You nearly scared my parents half to death.
Yes, I did.
Best day ever.
It was my pleasure. So see me in the next tour group. Oh, and I need another vase.
So we play 4 different venues, and the lights are a little bit different at each venue. Believe it or not, at Schott, I think this is what we're going to want. Got it. At Schott, we actually have footlights, which you'll never see anymore. So each one is a little different, but thankfully the students figured it out. So this next play is called A Change of Heart. It's also by Lisa Marciano. And the tagline for that one is, an unexpected heart transplant recipient questions who he is now.
Well, you didn't wake up in the hospital with someone else's heart, did you?
No, but...
Do you have any idea what I'm going through?
People get heart transplants all the time. It's not that unusual anymore.
Not unusual. 1 minute, I'm in an ambulance, out of breath, turning to making my peace with God because I think I'm about to die. And the next minute, I wake up in a hospital and told I got someone else's heart in me.
You survived. Your body isn't rejecting your new heart, so you're being discharged. Time to get out of that bed and go live.
What does that even mean?
Life, it's the thing we do before we die.
I thought I had.
Bad luck, I guess. Living?
This isn't living.
You look pretty alive to me. Now get out of here. Your body isn't rejecting that new heart. You are.
I never said that.
Look. A woman got on a motorcycle thinking she was going from here to there, never thinking she'd get into an accident.
That's why they're called accidents.
Are you listening to me?
No.
I know it's hard to think about. But she must have been a heck of a person to be a registered organ donor. And here you are, with her heart beating inside you. Be a little grateful, would you?
I'm not ungrateful.
It's just that...
Someone else's heart is in me. And it's a woman's heart. A woman's heart. I didn't know they could do that.
The heart isn't male or female. It's just a muscle, and it's working.
I'll probably start having periods.
Oh, stop.
Am I being too emotional?
Sexist and ridiculous.
There must be thousands of people who need a heart transplant. I wasn't on any list. Why would they give me a heart?
Because you needed one, and it matched you. Time to move on. That's what the doctor said. So let's go.
Go. You don't get it. I'm not me anymore.
You're better. You're healthy again.
Who am I now?
You're still Chris.
Am
They told you it would take a while to adjust all this.
I? Adjust. You adjust to a bad haircut or the time change in fall. Actually, I still like both those things.
You'll adjust.
Why are you laughing?
You're going back to life, so to speak. So?
I can't.
You know, you've never been a pessimist.
Maybe she was.
Who was?
My donor, my female donor. Maybe she was a pessimist. Haven't you heard of transplant recipients taking on the traits of their donors?
I don't believe all that, but who knows? Maybe you'll get her sense of humor. That would be refreshing. Now, put your clothes on. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. She's not here, but you are. Now get dressed.
That's it. You have a new heart. Go live.
You think I know how to handle this? When the hospital called me, I thought I was coming to say goodbye to you. This isn't all about you,
Yes, it is. It is all about me. You didn't have a heart transplant. You didn't have to say goodbye. Nothing's changed for you, but everything has changed for me. Everything.
That's not true.
Everything.
Oh, stop it.
You stop.
Oh, you're still you.
My heart is in a trash can somewhere.
Then why don't you just throw it out?
You're missing the point.
Then tell me.
I'm scared. God, I'll live the rest of my life without my own heart.
I'm scared for you. But this is your heart. You didn't ask for it, but it's yours.
I feel guilty.
Then take care of the gift she gave you.
Gift.
The gift of life. Go live. She can't, but she wanted you to.
She didn't want me to.
You always say there are no coincidences.
She wanted me to have her heart.
And so did I. That's why you're here.
What?
I had to sign the consent for your heart transplant surgery since I'm your only relative.
It's your fault.
That you're living? I guess so. Sorry.
Why did you?
Because I love you, and I didn't want to lose you. I was hoping, though, that with your new heart, you would be a little more tolerable.
Uh-huh.
You can thank me later.
I'm not going to spend the rest of my life thanking you, you know.
You don't have to.
Well, I won't.
Well, you're still as stubborn as ever, so...
So what? You think your little pep talk has changed anything? Well, do you?
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
What? You're not going to leave the hospital?
No, I'm not stupid. I'm just trying to get used to all this.
Honestly, I can't imagine. I can't imagine what this has been like for you.
Finally. Thank you.
You need more time? I'm so sorry. Are you ready to go?
Oh, sure, now you back off. No, I'm not ready for this, but I've been given a gift. I guess there's no time like the present.
See? See? She did have a sense of humor. Think it's too early for a margarita?
Definitely.
We could do lunch. How about some nice sauteed calves hearts?
What?
Too soon. Too
What?
soon. I'll race you to the elevator.
Thank you.
So our third play this evening is The Clod by Lewis Beach. And that's actually from 1918, and it's a staged reading, so you'll be seeing the actors with the book in their hand. And Lewis Beach was a Broadway playwright. This is one of his early works. It's a one-act, and he was part of the famous George Pierce Baker workshop at Harvard that also had Eugene O'Neill among its members. Some of his Broadway plays, Lewis Beach's, include A Square Peg, The Goose Hangs High, and Merry Andrew, all in the 20s. Enjoy.
The scene is the kitchen of a farmhouse on the borderline between the southern and northern states. The walls are roughly plastered. A double-barreled shotgun is suspended on 2 pegs on one of the walls. If the back door were open, we would have a glimpse in the moonlight of a desolate farmyard. The time is 10 o'clock in the evening, September 1863. Thaddeus Trask is thick-set, slow in speech and movement, yet in perfect health, and sits lazily smoking his pipe. Mary Trask is a tired, emaciated woman whose years equal her husband's. She has entered from the yard carrying a pail of water and a lantern. She puts the pail on the bench and hangs the lantern above it, then crosses to the stove.
Ain't got wood enough for breakfast, Dad.
Oh, I'm too tired to go out now. Wait till morning. Did I tell ye old man Reed saw 3 Southern troopers pass by his house this morning?
I wish them soldiers would get out the neighborhood. Whenever I see them passing, I have to steady myself against something or I'd fall. I could hardly breathe yesterday when them Southerners came after fodder. I'd die if they spoke to me.
Ah, you needn't be afraid of northern soldiers.
I hate 'em all, Union or Southern. I can't make head or tail to what all this fighting's about. And I don't care who wins, so long as they get through and then soldiers stop stealing our corn and potatoes.
Oh, you can hardly blame them if they're hungry, can ye?
It ain't right that they should steal from us poor folk. We have hard enough times to make things meet now. I ain't sat down once today, except for meals. And when I think all the work I gotta do tomorrow, I ought to been in bed hours ago.
Well, I'd help you if I could, but it ain't my fault if the Lord see to it to lay me up so I'm always ailing. You better try and take things easy tomorrow.
It's well enough to say, but them apples gotta be picked. The rest of the taters sorted. If I could sleep at night, it'd be all right, but with them soldiers about, I can't.
Thaddeus rises. He fondly handles his double-barreled shotgun on the wall.
Jolly wish I'd see a flock of birds.
Oh, I wish you didn't keep it loaded. I'd rather go without than hear you fire.
Oh, you know I ain't got time to stop and load it when I see them birds. They don't wait for ye. Them pigs has got to be butchered.
Well, wait till I get a chance to go to Sister's. I can't stand it to hear 'em squeal.
Well, you best go soon, 'cause they's as fat as they'll ever be, and there ain't no use wasting feed on 'em. Ain't ye most ready for bed?
Go on up.
Thaddeus takes the candle in one hand, boots in the other, and moves toward the stairs.
And Thad, try not to snore tonight.
Hit me if I do.
He disappears from view. Mary fills the kettle with water and puts it on the stove. She closes the door back. She takes the lantern from the wall and tries twice before she succeeds in blowing it out. She puts the lantern on the table before the cubbyhole. She drags herself up the stairs, pausing a moment on the top step for breath before she disappears from sight. There is a silence. Then the door back is opened a trifle and a man's hand is seen. Cautiously, the door is opened wide and a young northern soldier is silhouetted on the threshold. He wears a dirty uniform and has a bloody bandage tied about his head. He is wounded, sick, and exhausted. He stands at the door a moment, listening intently, then hastily crosses to the center table, looking for food. He bumps against the chair and mutters an oath. Finding nothing on the table, he moves toward the cupboard. Suddenly, the galloping of horses is heard in the distance. The northerner starts, then rushes to the window nearer the audience. For a moment, the sound ceases. Then it begins again, growing gradually louder and louder. The northerner hurries through the door left. Horses and voices are heard in the yard, and almost immediately, heavy thundering knocks sound on the door back. A racket is heard above the stairs. The knockers on the door grow impatient and push the door open. A powerful Southern sergeant and a trooper of the same army enter. At the same time, Thaddeus appears on the stairs, carrying a candle.
Sorry, my friend, but you're so darn slow about opening the door, we had to walk in. Has there been a Northern soldier here today?
I ain't seen no one.
You've been here all day.
I haven't steered from the place.
Call the rest of your family down.
My wife's all there is. Mary! Mary! Come down right off.
You better lie to me.
I swear I ain't seen no one.
Mary comes downstairs slowly.
Say, Mary, you was here all day? Have you seen anyone he's asking about?
You keep still, man. I'll question her myself. You've been here all day. You didn't take a trip down the store now, did you? Haven't you got a tongue?
Yeah.
Use it! The soldier here that was here earlier, he was wounded pretty badly, wasn't he?
No one's been here.
He had a bad cut on his forehead. You felt sorry for him. You gave him back to eat, didn't you?
No one's been near the house today.
We're not going to hurt him, woman. He's a friend of ours. We're trying to find him. We're in the hospital. Don't we, Dick?
He's sick and needs to go to bed for a while.
He ain't here.
What do you want to lie for?
I'm not lying. I ain't seen no soldier.
No one could have come without her seeing him.
I suppose you know what will happen by finding your hiding man.
Mary stands rooted to the spot where she stopped when she came downstairs.
There ain't no one here. We both been here all day and couldn't no one come without our knowing it.
We'll search the
What
place.
they want round here anyway?
We'll search the place.
You ain't got no right to search the place. He ain't here.
What's that, woman?
There ain't no one here, and you're keeping us from our sleep.
Your sleep? This here is an affair of life and death. Give me a lantern.
Thaddeus moves to the table which stands in front of the cubbyhole and lights the lantern from the candle which he holds in his hand. He hands the lantern to the sergeant. The sergeant sees the door to the cubbyhole.
Ha! Trying to hide the door. I put the table in front of it. You can't fool me. Move that table out of the way. Let's see what's behind that door.
It's a cubbyhole and it ain't been opened in years.
I said open it.
Thaddeus opens the door to the cubbyhole. The sergeant takes a long-barreled revolver from his belt and peers into the cubbyhole. He sees nothing.
We're going to tear this place to pieces till we find them. Might as well turn them over now.
There ain't no one here.
All right, now, we'll see. Dick, go stand by the door. Guard the door.
Yes, Sergeant.
Dick goes to the door back and stands gazing out into the night.
Come along, man. We're going to check the upstairs. You, sit in that chair. And don't you stir, or I'll set fire in the house. You hear me? Go on ahead.
Thaddeus and the sergeant go upstairs. Mary sinks almost lifelessly into the chair. She is the picture of fear. Suddenly she leans forward. The door left is being opened. She opens her eyes wide and draws her breath sharply. She opens her mouth as though she would scream, but makes no sound. The northerner comes slowly and cautiously through the door. Dick cannot see him because of the jog in the wall. Mary only stares in bewilderment at the northerner as the man, with eyes fixed appealingly on her, opens the door to the cubbyhole and crawls inside.
Woman!
Yes?
Have you got an apple handy? I'm starved.
Mary moves to the cupboard to get the apple for Dick. The sergeant and Thaddeus come downstairs. The sergeant, seeing that Mary is not where he left her, looks about quickly and discovers her at the cupboard.
What I tell you, you move from that chair.
Oh, I didn't. You wanted an apple.
It's all right, Sergeant. I asked her to get me an apple.
Here, take this lantern. Search the barn.
Dick goes out back.
You come in here with me.
The sergeant and Thaddeus move toward the inside door. As though in a stupor, Mary starts
Sit down.
to follow. Mary falls into the chair. The sergeant and Thaddeus go into the room. They can be heard moving furniture about. The sergeant and Thaddeus return.
If I find him now, after all the trouble you've given me, you know what'll happen? It'll be 2 dead men. And a woman instead of just a Yankee. Sergeant, what is Private? Now, my good people, how's that horse get in the barn?
What horse?
There's a horse in the barn with a saddle on his back. I'll swear he's been ridden lately.
There is?
You know it. Who drove that horse here?
I don't know. I didn't hear nothing.
Let me go and check.
No, you don't. You two have done just enough to justify the harshest measures. Show me his hind legs.
If anybody come, he's coming tonight without our knowing it. I tell ye, I didn't see anybody, and she didn't.
Where is he?
There ain't nobody here except us, Joe.
Did you search all the outbuildings?
Yes, sir. Not a sign of him except the horse.
You didn't have much of a start on us, and I know he's wounded. The farmer down the road heard hoof beats. The other one didn't hear a thing, but the horse in your barn. There are ways of making people confess.
Slowly he draws a revolver and points it at Thaddeus.
Oh, for God's sake, don't! I know that horse looks bad, but as I live, I ain't heard a sound or seen anybody. I'd give the man up in a minute if he was here.
I suppose you would. You wouldn't want me to turn your wife over to the armed soldiers. They shoot you down like dogs. Your wife knows where he is.
I'm sure I wish I did. And I tell you quick and get you out of here. Tain't no fun for me to have you prowling all over my house. You got no right to torment me like this. Lord knows how I'll get my day's work done if I can't have my sleep.
Good God, what a clod. Nothing but your own petty existence. I'm going to have to ask you to pick something to eat. We're famished.
Mary turns to the stove. She lights the fire and puts more coffee in the pot.
Yeah, we better give the horse some water. Get the pail.
The sergeant sees the pail on the bench. He picks one of them up and moves toward the wall. The door.
That ain't the horse's pail.
Come on, you can help.
That's a drinking water pail.
That's all right.
The sergeant, Dick, and Thaddeus go out back. Mary needs more wood for the fire, so she follows them in a moment. When she has disappeared, the northerner drags himself from the cubbyhole. He looks as though he would fall from exhaustion. Mary returns with an armful of wood.
Ye get out. Them soldiers will see you.
Be still, or they'll hear you. How are you gonna get me out of this?
Ye get out. Why did you come here, bringing me all this extra work and maybe death?
I couldn't go any farther. My horse and I were both near dropping. Won't you help me?
No, I won't. I don't know who ye are or nothing about you except that them men wanted to catch you. Did you steal something from them?
Don't you understand? These men belong to the Confederacy, and I'm a northerner. They've been chasing me all day. They want this paper. If they get it to you before tomorrow morning, it'll mean the greatest disaster that's ever come on the Union Army.
Was it ye rode by yesterday?
Don't you see what you can do? Get me out of here and away from these men, and you'll have done more than any soldier could for their country. For your country.
I ain't got no country. Me and Thad's only got this farm. That's ailing, and I do most of the work, and...
The lives of 30,000 men hang by a thread. You must save them. And you must help me.
I don't know nothing about you, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Only help me get away.
No one ever helped me or Thad. I lift no finger in this business. Why you come here in the first place is beyond me. Sneaking around our house, spoiling our well-earned sleep. If them soldiers catch him, they'll kill me and Thad. Maybe you didn't know that.
What's your life compared to 30,000? I haven't any money or I give it to you.
I don't want your money.
What do you want?
I want you to get away. I don't care what happens to you. Only get out of here.
Get firemen in the yard. They shoot me like a dog. I've got to have my horse.
What kind of looking horse is it?
God. And he had turned on the other farms. I'd have found people with red blood.
He pulls out his gun and hopelessly opens the empty chamber.
What you gonna do with that gun?
Don't be afraid. It's not loaded.
I'd call him in if I was...
Go call him in. Save your poor skin and your husband's if you can. Call him in. You can't save yourself. You can't save your miserable skin. Because if they get you and don't shoot you, I will. You see, you're gonna help me whether you want to or not.
I ain't done nothing. I don't see why you and others come here and threaten to shoot me. I don't want nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I just want you all to get out of here and leave me and Thad to go to sleep. Oh, I don't know what to do. You got me in a corner where I can't move.
She passes her hand back along the table and touches the dipper accidentally, and it falls to the floor.
Now you've done it. I'll be here in a minute. You can't give me up. They'll shoot you if you do. They'll shoot!
He hurries up the stairs and disappears from sight. The sergeant, Dick, and Thaddeus come running in.
What'd you yell for? Answer!
I dropped the dipper off the table. It scared me.
Well, you better not drop a breakfast. Well, on the table, we're ready.
It ain't finished.
You had enough time to cook a dozen meals. You were slow as a snail. What were you doing all that time around the farm?
I didn't do nothing.
You lazy female. Now get a move on and fix something to eat. You better not give us any leftovers, or you'll suck for it. Don't you know anything, you brainless bondress? Hurry, I said.
Mary turns to the stove. Thaddeus sits.
What a night. My stomach's as hollow as these people's heads.
He takes a towel which hangs above the bench and wipes the barrel of his gun with it.
That's one of my best towels.
Can't help it.
Tend to breakfast. You can only do one thing at a time. I don't see how he gives us slip.
He knew we were after him, and he drove his horse in here, and he went on afoot. Clever scheme, I must admit.
Oh, yeah.
Have you traveled far tonight, misters?
Far enough,
20 miles or so?
perhaps.
How long you been chasing the critter?
Shut up, man. Don't you see we don't want to talk to you? Woman, hurry up with the food. My patience at an end.
Mary puts a loaf of bread, some fried eggs, and a coffee pot on the table.
This is all we get. It won't do any good to be stingy.
It's all I got.
It ain't a mouthful for a chickadee. Now give us some butter.
There ain't none.
No butter on a farm? The way you lie.
Shut
up!
Have you got me cider?
Don't ask. She that guy probably reckons I'm stupid on it. I've never struck such a place before in my life. Now give me another fork. How do you expect me to use that bent thing?
Mary stoops with difficulty and picks up the fork. She gets another from the cupboard and gives it to the sergeant.
Now give us some salt. Don't you know folks like to eat on the eggs?
Mary crosses to the cupboard. She mistakes the pepper for the salt and puts it on the table.
I said salt, woman. S-A-L-T. Salt. Salt.
Mary goes to the cupboard. She returns to the table with the salt. Almost ready to drop, she drags herself to the window near her back and leans against it, watching the Southerners like a hunted animal. Thaddeus sits nodding in the corner. The sergeant and Dick go on devouring the food. The sergeant pours the coffee. He puts his cup to his lips, takes one swallow, then jumping to his feet and upsetting his chair as he does so, he hurls his cup to the floor.
Have you tried to poison us, you goddamn hag?
Ah! Call my coffee poison, will ya? Call me a hag? I'll learn ya. I'm a woman, and you're driving me crazy. I'm the hag. I'm a woman, and you're killing me.
The Northerner stands on the stairs. Mary continues to pull the trigger of the empty gun. The Northerner is motionless for a moment. Then he goes to Thaddeus and shakes him.
Get my horse, quick!
Thaddeus obeys.
I'm ashamed of what I said. The whole country will hear of this. And you.
I'll have to drink out the tin cup now.
The hoofbeats of the Northerner's horse are heard.
So the next play is called Beach, and I wrote this one. The students had this to say about the tagline: children discover friendship on a beach during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And some of us lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis. A lot of people were not born yet. The Russians and the United States had a dispute about Russian missiles in Cuba. And it's a pretty tense time. The parents certainly felt it. And as kids, we knew something was up. And it's one of those moments in your life that kind of everybody remembers, along with the Kennedy assassination. Now I think young people would probably say 9/11 would be one of those things that everybody kind of remembers. But that's the undercurrent. You have two 7-year-olds meeting at a beach, and they know something big is happening.
Can I play with you? Hi.
Hi.
That's pretty. What is it, a castle?
A Jeep.
Really?
Really.
Oh. Why?
I like Jeeps. My daddy's in the Army. He's high up.
Really?
Yep. He's on bivouac this weekend. Don't. You'll wreck it.
I was gonna give it a windshield.
That's the back.
Oh.
Don't help.
You said I could play.
You can. There.
You make a good Jeep for a girl.
I'm a person. And someday I'll be a general.
But how do you know how to be a general?
Everyone knows that. You boss.
But how do you know what to do? And how do you know how to stick pins in the map?
You stick them where they're supposed to go.
But how do you know where?
Stop asking so many questions.
Okay. Can I have some of your sand?
Take that sand. And that. And that. And that.
Okay.
What are you making?
A swan.
It's nice. Why?
They're pretty. They glide on the pond like queens. On special days, my grandma takes me to Weeping Willow Lake. It's really a pond. And the swans glide on the pond and the weeping willows hang over the pond. It never gets too hot there. The sun's never too bright.
What about this sun?
You can go swimming here when it gets too hot.
Oh. I've got a grandma.
Well, I don't see mine a lot. Not every day. Almost. She makes me broccoli.
And you like her for this?
I like broccoli. I love it.
My grandma makes raviolis. The best.
I love raviolis too. Chef Boyardee.
Gross.
What?
From a can? That's not the same thing. I'm talking about homemade. Moms are almost as good. When grandma dies, then moms will be best.
How can you talk about your grandma dying?
Why? Everybody does.
It scares me. We don't even talk about it. Not in our house. But I think about it a lot.
Really? I don't.
But you just said that you...
I know I said, but I don't always think about it.
Do you come here every day?
No. First time.
Really? Why?
It's a long way from California.
You live there?
Yes.
Have you been to Disneyland?
Yes. Of course.
What are you doing here?
I told you. My dad's on bivouac. Out here. Somewhere. It's a special mission. I can't talk about it.
Oh.
My mother wants me and her and my brother to be close by in case the Cuban Missile Crisis flares up again. But I don't want to talk about it. We all leave tomorrow.
Well, I gotta go.
Why?
'Cause I'll never see you again, and I like playing with you.
Do you write?
Of course. I'm in the first grade.
Write me letters. I'll write you.
That's almost like seeing each other. Besides, when I drive, I can drive over to see you in California.
Besides, we could be dead tomorrow. Nuclear bomb.
Or we could be hit by a bus.
Stick around a bit.
So this next play is also by Stephen Amscoper, A Crazy Idea. Two old men discover grief can lead to things they never considered.
So, I got this crazy idea.
Whoa, I like crazy ideas.
You know how it is, grief?
Yeah, grief. He lived next door to me. Asshole, ruined your day.
Cooks fish in the microwave.
Fucking asshole. By the way, how you holding up?
Oh, I'm fine. Well, actually, I just got this really nasty message on Facebook from Anna's long-lost sister. How dare you have her funeral and not tell me and blah, blah, blah. Lady, Anna didn't even know how to get a hold of you. And for the record, I tried. I scoured all of social media, Facebook. I contacted all of Anna's old friends to see if they knew anything. And I posted a date and a time for the funeral. And then she turns around and opens a Facebook page just to call me an asshole.
Facebook? Shit.
So,
Yeah?
that's really what this isn't about, though.
Yeah? What is it about?
I don't know if I ever told you this, but Anna is the one who asked me out.
Uh-huh.
I was always surprised that such a wonderful person would ask me out. And then this created the problem. Having said that, I've never asked a woman out. I try, I start to, but I just can't.
It's okay, man. Just take it slow. There's no need to rush.
At our age, I think there's a bit of a rush.
Touché.
And, you know, I feel so bad. I mean, I just buried her. But I'm still experiencing these feelings of desire.
Yeah?
And when I first started getting them, I thought maybe it was just a joke.
Uh-huh.
But now that I've opened that Pandora's box, I can't close it.
Yeah?
We didn't have any children, so I got all this money and nothing to spend it on.
Yeah, money is nice.
So what I thought about doing is maybe hiring a lady.
Mike Bronston, are you talking about hiring a prostitute?
Yeah.
You bloody pervert! How dare you debase yourself like that? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's the best idea I've heard in a long time. Let's find you a hooker.
But how do we...
Well, Mike, between you and me, when things were kind of rough between me and Emily, God rest her soul, boy, did those working girls get a lot out of me. But you got nothing blocking you, and me for that matter.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem quite right. So, how did you go about this? What?
Well, you might be happy to know that where the West is still wild, in certain parts of Nevada, it's still legal.
Legal?
Yep, 100%. They got websites too. Here, let me show you. Wait a minute.
This is a good one.
I wonder if she's still there. I'll be damned, she's still there. What do you think of her? I can vouch for her. Her service, her quality of service is the best.
You with her? She's so young.
Classy, smart, sexy, and the best damn legs you'll ever put your hands on 3 times.
Yeah, she could be my granddaughter.
Oh, you know what you want more than I do.
Can I see that website again? Sure.
This is funny.
So, how do these things work?
Well, they're not cheap, but their prices are negotiable, and you can usually get them to knock off 20% if you ask nicely. If you see what you really want, you can make an appointment. Don't try that old walkout technique; they're not going to go for it. Or else you can just walk into the place and request a lineup and pick one right then and there.
Like a piece of meat?
No, they're consenting women, independent contractors. They get STD checks, they have to be approved by the sheriff to make sure they're not being trafficked. I mean, you're not going to eat them. Well, I guess if you want to. But you're not going to devour them, okay? They're offering you a service. They don't have to serve anybody that they don't want to.
I don't know. I mean, walk into a place like that with an old pervert, it just sounds kind of icky to me.
Anything there catch your eye?
Well, she kind of looks like Anna. Although I doubt Anna'd ever wear anything.
Yeah, you know what? I see it. And look at that. She's 41 years old. I told you, they cater to people that want somebody more mature.
Yeah, but she could still be my daughter.
Do what you want, man.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
He's good.
Do they accept emails?
They most certainly do. White goes first.
I'm going to send her a message.
That's the spirit.
Okay. How am I going to do this? Dear Bella, I am a 71-year-old gentleman. How about man? Just man.
Yeah, probably.
Man. I was wondering if you catered to clientele such as me. Then what? You remind me of my dead wife? I'm aching for intimacy and want to be held, and I'm just a big, steamy mess.
Mike, calm down. I think all of that is implied. How about just something simple like, let me think. How about just, you are very pretty, and I would like to spend some time with you. I've got this hunch that people in this industry like being desired.
Okay. Sincerely, Mike.
You gonna send it?
I don't know.
What do you got to lose? It's just a message.
Okay, I sent it. Let's play chess.
All right. Check.
Well, shit.
Draw.
Yeah, might as well. Oh my God, she wrote me back.
What did she say?
I don't know, I can't, you read it.
All right. Oh, it's a good one. Hello, Mike. Thank you very kindly for reaching out. I'm happy to serve anyone regardless of age, and have frequently worked with clients such as yourself. Feel free to call our office to make an appointment, or if you want to make an arrangement with me, I would be happy to pass it on. I can't wait to meet you! Exclamation mark. You tiger! You got an exclamation mark! Sincerely yours, Bella.
This is something I shouldn't be doing.
Well, what are you supposed to be doing?
I don't know. I don't know if I can even make the ride up there.
Oh, all right, man. Come on, road trip. What do we have to lose at our age?
Not much.
All right?
All right.
Our next play is Traveling Companion by Sarah Fenstermaker. And tag is a woman on a train befriends someone very familiar. But is he?
Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Yes, I'm actually on the train. I'm excited for my retirement adventure out west. You know, I've spent so little time on trains in my life. They still seem exotic or romantic. I don't know. I remember going with your grandparents to Boston when I was a little girl, and then much later in Europe. I did have a bit of a scare, though. No, it's all fine. But they misprinted my ticket, and they had me going to Nevada. I know, Las Vegas. I would have had to learn how to gamble. But they figured it all out, and it's all fine. It did make me think maybe you should have come along, but it's all fixed. No problem. Yes, I do remember what happened to your great-grandmother on the train. I should be so lucky. I heard that story all my life, and I loved it. I always hoped it were true. Okay, darling, I think we're leaving now, so I'll call you later. I love you. Bye-bye. Oh, you startled me. Hello. I must have drifted off.
Well, I'm sorry to disturb you, madam. I was just noticing your magazine, the New Yorker. Did you grow up in New York?
No, I grew up in the Midwest, but my mother was raised in New York City. My grandmother was a telephone operator.
Oh, I so fondly remember the old days in New York. So exciting. So many opportunities. What did your grandfather do?
He was a vaudevillian and a silent screen actor. He never made it to the talkies, though, I think because of his Norwegian accent. But he was very handsome. I never met him, but I understand he was a very good actor.
Fascinating. I wish I could have met him on some circuit or other.
Oh, were you an actor too?
I was a magician. I toured in many cities here and abroad. I saw them all.
Did you ever hear of Harry Houdini?
Yeah, I've heard of him. As has everyone. You know, the handcuffed king, a remarkable talent. He was accomplished in all sorts of legerdemain, escape, necromancy. Oh, he did it all.
I don't think I know those words, legerdemain and necromancy.
No? Well, legerdemain, that's from the French. Leger de main, light of hand. Or in the English, legerdemain. It's the use of one's hands when performing various sorts of illusions or conjuring tricks. And necromancy, that's communication with the departed.
The dead? Really?
Yes. We miss our loved ones so much. Whether we lost them or we were lost to them. We miss them terribly. But alas, as much as we magicians, and especially Houdini, search, all we ever find is fraud. Houdini, he was very devoted to finding the truth about spiritualism. But he never found anything authentic. And by revealing frauds, he made a lot of enemies. But did you ever hear of the needle trick?
No.
Well, it was quite grisly, but a fascinating trick. Houdini would swallow dozens of needles and then, regurgitate them. And all the needles were threaded. It was brilliant. But I always thought the most amazing were his so-called challenge acts, especially the one where he escapes from a filled metal milk container. Houdini would be dropped into a metal can filled with water, handcuffed, in a straitjacket, and the can was sealed. Yes, our fraternity had much to learn from Harry Houdini.
Well, of course I never saw him perform, but the story they tell in my family is when he met my grandmother on the train. He was in I think it was 1919, yes. He was very charming and kind to her, a pregnant woman traveling from New York to California to give birth to my mother. In those days, apparently, it was very important to be with your mother when you had a baby. And my great-grandmother lived in Long Beach, California. The story also goes that her brother, my great-uncle Raymond, put her on the train in New York and gave her a pistol to protect herself. She told us that when the train left the station, she threw the gun out of the window.
Well, it was the Wild West after all. Remarkable. What else do you recall about your grandmother meeting Houdini?
Well, she said that he was very interested in spiritualism, and they talked a lot about it. He was determined to find a spiritualist who would help him communicate with his wife after he had died.
Yes. Sadly, after he died in 1926, I heard that he never found a portal to communicate with his wife, Vase.
Well, we can't know, but we can hope they've been reunited.
Oh, yes, of course. You know, to be frank, I'm just very surprised that you can remember so much detail about your grandmother's experience. It was so long ago, and with all due respect, it was a chance meeting on a train.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of families have stories they tell of encounters with famous people. Stories they can tell and retell. I think the stories ground them to some larger history and maybe give them something notable they can claim. My daughter had a boyfriend who was named Edison, named that simply because his grandfather got in a conversation on a train with Thomas Edison. In the end, I don't know if it's important that the stories are true or told truly, but I'll tell you, I feel as if Houdini is part of our family. It's silly, I know.
Dear lady, do you believe that your grandmother befriended Houdini on a train over 100 years ago?
Yes, I do.
I do too.
Oh, I apologize. We've been talking so long and I failed to introduce myself. My name is Lila.
Oh, and I apologize too. I was born Eric Vase in Hungary, and my nickname there was Harry. When we moved to America, it became Harry. You know, I'm so glad to meet you too, and just call me Eric.
Or perhaps Harry?
Well, as you wish.
Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, it's Mom. Something strange and wonderful has happened. You know, everything's all right. I don't think you're going to believe me. It feels like a dream. But it was so real. It was more than real. A man sat down next to me on the train. No, it was nothing like that. Don't be ridiculous. He was very much like, he seemed to be, oh, you're not going to believe me. And that would break the spell, if it is a spell. But I so want to believe that it was true, because then there's so much more I could believe. Well, I'll have to explain everything to you later. Right now, no, I don't want you to fly out. No, I'll explain later. I'll talk to you soon. I'm fine. I love you. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, is anyone sitting here?
I'm not sure.
So the last one-act play of the evening, Where is Rodney? And this is by Lisa Marciano. And the tagline they prepared for this is, Rodney has disappeared, dinner is burnt, and all hell breaks loose.
I'm home. Hello? Howard? Laura? Rodney?
Hello, Mrs. Lenny. No one is home at the present time.
Oh, then you can call me Christine. And I'm so glad that at least you're home here to welcome me. You look a little tired, Rodney. Are we keeping you up too late?
We?
Oh, well, I mean the family.
Yes. No, I mean, I'm quite tired today.
Oh, well, then you can take a rest after you fix dinner. Where is everybody?
Mr. Lenny is shopping.
Again, damn that man.
And Miss Laura's attending one of her meetings.
Oh, not another one of those let's treat everyone equally meetings. That girl is so naive.
Oh, she's not.
Excuse me?
I mean, I meant to say she's very passionate about her meetings.
Is she going to be here for dinner?
I was not informed.
Where did Howard go shopping?
Once again, I wasn't informed.
Don't you discuss anything with them?
Well, I was preparing dinner, Mrs. Lenny.
Yes, Rodney. I don't know what I'd do without you here to fix dinner every night.
Yes, Mrs. Lenny.
Christine, having you fix dinner is such an extravagance and the only luxury in my miserable life. I love you. I love your cooking.
My pleasure, Mrs. Lenny. May I return to the kitchen?
Of course. Rodney, could you please help Mr. Lenny open the door? What did you buy this time, Howard?
I think I broke my wrist.
Rodney, check his wrist.
I was preparing dinner, Mrs. Lenny. I believe he's unlikely to die, I'm happy to say. My dinner may burn.
Go. Get up, Howard.
How can I get up with a broken wrist?
It's not broken. I am so tired of your whining.
You know it's not broken. You wouldn't even take a look at it.
Rodney! Rodney, let me take a look at you.
Mrs. Lenny?
What are you doing?
Turn. 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 Oh, what are you wearing?
It's fine.
What do you mean it's fine? Rodney, what are you wearing?
Oh, leave him alone. He told me the dry cleaners was closed and he'd pick up his uniforms tomorrow.
Oh, he told you, did he?
Ignore her, Rodney. She's insane.
Oh, don't listen to him. I never do.
And she never has.
Because he's insane. Oh, I can't run the business. I'm too stressed. Meanwhile, I'm working 60 hours a week.
And you are boring me.
Mrs. Lenny, I beg your pardon. However, Mr. Lenny...
Mr. Lenny has been what, Rodney?
Oh, he knows. He knows I'm your #1 fan.
Oh, may I return to the kitchen?
Yes, go.
Why did you command him to twirl for you?
I did not command him.
Yes, you did.
Oh, so to every season, turn, turn, turn. And how is your broken whatever it is?
It's a wrist, and I need aspirin.
Rodney! Rodney, give Mr. Lenny aspirin because he's in pain. I mean, he's in pain.
Your aspirin, Mr. Lenny.
Thank you, Rodney. At least you care.
Of course I do, Howard. Mr. Lenny.
Rodney, dinner.
You know what? I'm going to go take a bath.
Oh, baths are so disgusting, Howard. Rodney!
Yes, Mrs. Lenny.
Aren't baths disgusting?
I enjoy taking baths.
I forbid you to take baths, Rodney.
Yes, Mrs. Lenny. Anything else?
No, you may go.
You forbade him? You don't own him, you know. Now I'm going to go take a bath. You going to try and stop me? And by the way, where's Laura?
How am I supposed to know?
Let me see. Oh, your mother?
Sometimes I wonder why I ever adopted that girl. And anyway, you're her stepfather. Oh, and Howard, while you are on mental leave, and I'm trying to save the business, maybe you could become a little more useful around the house like Rodney?
You know what? I think you've got a crush on him.
Oh, please. You just go ahead and tell me when you're ready to come back to work to take my place.
I can't right now. Doctor's orders.
Oh, Dr. Spock. And why don't you know where Laura is?
I was busy.
Busy. Busy. Have you looked at our finances lately? You are going to shop us right into a middle-class neighborhood.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, don't you shut up me.
You're right. That would be impossible. I'm going to go take my bath.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, you're late.
I had another workers' justice meeting.
Why don't you do something useful?
Useful. We help people in what you consider a low labor position. You know, get money to live on, healthcare insurance, and you know what? Unlike Rodney, get at least 2 days off per week.
Whatever.
You wouldn't understand. What's Rodney making for dinner? It smells.
I don't know. Rodney? Rodney!
You know, he's really talented in so many ways, you know.
As a matter of fact, I do know. Rodney! He said he was tired when I came home. Rodney!
You said he was tired. Maybe he's just resting.
And leave the food on the stove like that? He's not in there. And I think I saw something burning. Rodney!
Do I smell something burning? Did I hear Laura come in?
He's gone. He's gone.
Who's gone?
Rodney, he's gone. He's not in the kitchen.
Well, you probably drove him away. How many times a day do you have to yell, Rodney? He's probably just taking a break.
You know, he just left the food on the stove. Dinner's a mess.
He just left? He must be here somewhere. Rodney wouldn't just leave, would he?
You would think that he would be more loyal to me. I mean, to our family.
Oh, stop it.
You guys, he wouldn't leave. I mean, he can't leave me.
What?
I mean, us. He wouldn't leave us.
Rodney! Rodney, where are you? Rodney.
Go take your bath. We'll find him.
Oh, no, I'm the man of this house, and I will find him.
Oh, gosh.
I don't see him in any of the security cameras.
When did you become the man of the house?
Oh, gosh, you guys, what are you guys doing? We need to find him. You know, the longer you stand here and fight, the further he's getting away. Mom, we need to call the police.
Oh, I'm not going to call the police. They're going to think that we can't handle our help.
Well, apparently you can't. Now call the police and tell them we have a missing person report. Say his name is Rodney. Rodney is missing. Not Rodney, my slave, is missing.
Oh, how dare you!
You double check his room. I'm going to check the end of the house just in case. Mom, call the police.
Hello? Yes? This is Christine Lenny at 193 Fallbrook Lane. Oh, Rodney is missing, and the dinner is burning, and he's mine. He's our, and he's wearing a Giants jersey, t-shirt, and never mind.
He's not here.
Oh, you couldn't find a beef that stung you.
I know when you do.
What are you doing? Stop it!
Well, did you find him? Is he okay?
I don't know. I didn't kill him, okay, Mom?
Well, he's not in the kitchen, and he's left there burning.
Left dinner burning?
What are you guys doing? You need to stop fighting right now.
Well, why don't you go find him and take another look, and I'll stay here by the phone to make sure that somebody calls for him.
Oh, my God. Where's Rodney? Oh. Mom, did you call the police?
No, I didn't call the police. They were no help at all.
What?
And did you notice that he was wearing a Jersey's Giants t-shirt?
Oh, my God. So what?
I don't think you know Rodney at all.
Neither of you do.
Oh, really? Well, I know that Rodney likes to relax and read to relax.
He hates to read. He likes to play cards and drink martinis.
Oh, come on. He doesn't drink. He meditates to relax, and he also likes to go to museums on his day off. You know, the other day he went to the museum of art last month.
You what?
You what? He never told me that. What an odd thing to do on his day off.
You know, again, if you give him another day off, he could do other things.
You know, he's fine with one day off. And he's never complained to me about anything.
Oh, really? Did you mean whatever about giving him another day off?
He'll be fine.
I'm going to go double check the gardener. You know what? He's the only person that means anything to me. The only person that even understands me in this house.
Me too.
Well, excuse me. Well, he's complained to me. You're so disrespectful to him.
Oh, how dare you! I treat Rodney better than I treat Hal. I treat Rodney with the utmost respect. Rodney! You found him. Ooh, where and what is he wearing?
Well, he was in the garage, and I have no idea why he's wearing this outfit, and I don't really want to know right now.
Rodney, you left it burning on the stove.
Oh, stop it. Wait a minute. Why are you wearing Laura's robe?
That's not my robe.
Rodney, did you spill something on yourself? See, that's the reason why we have uniforms.
Did you spill something hot? Did you get burned?
Rodney, let me have the shirt, and I'll take it to
Wait a minute. I fall down and break my wrist, and you don't even care, and now he gets a splash of food in him, and you're ready to call 911?
Well, I need him.
We do.
Rodney, come here. Let me take a look at that burn.
Come here, Rodney. Let me take a look at you.
No, Rodney, come here. Come here, Rodney. Wait, stop. Wait, Christine. Those are your slippers.
Oh.
So what? I gave them to Rodney the other day. To protect his feet when he broke a glass in the kitchen.
You were barefoot in the kitchen?
Oh, he's not pregnant, Howard. I mean, where did you get that rope, Rodney? Where did you get it?
Yeah, Howard, why are you shaking your head at Rodney? Rodney, what are you not supposed to tell us?
Don't you dare, Rodney.
What doesn't he there?
Rodney, tell me this instant.
I had to leave. I was reaching the rope of my end.
I think you mean the end of your rope, Rodney, and me too.
How do you think I feel?
I was exhausted. I had to meditate.
See, he meditates to relax. But in the garage?
In that outfit?
It's my meditation uniform. I found enlightenment during my meditation.
I'm telling you to find your peace.
The pain is too great. I cannot live like this anymore. I now know what I must do.
Fix dinner?
Oh, leave him alone.
Forgive me, my sexy Christine. And I am so sorry, my Laura. So sensual.
Rodney, what is going on here?
That's what I'd like to know.
This is my robe. My special robe. My Howard gave it to me.
No, I did not. Why would I give Rodney a robe like that?
Yeah, what would you?
I'm sorry, Howard, my little slinky.
What did you just call him?
I am going to clean the kitchen and make a new dinner. Bye.
What?
My little slinky, Howard, are you
My
and...
sexy Christine? My sensual Laura? Has he been...
making dinner?
With all of us?
Oh
my...
God!
Can I see just one of you in the kitchen alone, please?
Well, yes, I'll go.
You know what? I'm divorcing you. This is all your fault.
No, I'm divorcing you.
No. Oh, finally, you can just shut up. I'm going. Rodney, you're mine!
No, Rodney, you're mine.
Oh, Rodney, who's going to make dinner?
And I just want to introduce the writers for tonight. We have on the end there, Lisa Marciano, Sarah Piestermaker, Stephen Ann Spoken, and Philip Rodney. Okay, one more show, and it's going to be right here. Normally on Thursday nights it's at Schott, but it's going to be here at Wake, 7 p.m. Please tell all your friends. Also, I want to let you know that the spring semester for SBCC starts January 23rd here, 25th at Schott. And don't let the name of the class I'm about to tell you deter you. It's called Acting for Older Adults, but we accept all ages, all backgrounds. Everybody will get an opportunity to do what we did tonight, is be on stage if you want to be. If you don't, and you just want to learn about acting, show up anyway. We won't force you to go on stage. The class is free. The shows are free. We make the shows free so that everybody has an opportunity to enjoy the experience. The production that we're going to do in the spring will be a full-length play, and there will be costs that the state does not cover. Things like a stage manager, a costume person, a props person. It adds up to quite a few bucks. So yes, this is the place where we put our cap out and say, if you look in your program, you can see detailed instructions on how to make a tax-deductible donation. However, if you'd rather just drop a few bucks in a magic hat, you can do that too. And we'd appreciate anything you can offer. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here, for life's ups and downs. Enjoy the rest of your evening.